Y'all trespass, go on the other side of the train tracks. Should have stayed on your side. You trespass and destroyed the whole Black Wall Street. That's after we're freedmen and before desegregation. Make it make sense.
Mama, I've been outside. Don't see me going in. Blue lights up in my mirror. Damn, here we go again.
Before this video starts, make sure you follow me on Instagram at TYPCam. What's good, y'all? We got Charlie Kirk fan pulls up on Tariq Nasheed. And this happens. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Shouts out to O'Shea Dude Jackson. Let's see what it's hitting for.
What about the 1 in 22 blacks that are murders? What about that? That's what I heard.
What about the one who your boy Charlie Kirk? What about him?
What about him, though? Yeah, hear me? What about him, though? The usual suspect.
Dude Jackson. Back
what about them usual suspects, though?
Of the Celebrity Junk. Many people have been losing their job dissing Charlie Kirk all across the United States, even in places like Texas, but I'll get to that later. But some people are not losing their jobs, and that's us as influencers. Now, don't get me wrong, your videos can be flagged for hate speech or anything, but as long as you're keeping it pretty much balanced, you won't have a problem losing your account. And in the case of Tariq Nasheed, he's going strong. He's one of the main blacks really bringing out the racism that Charlie Kirk exuded toward the black community, and he's not backing down. And a lot of his conversations don't really happen on YouTube. They happen on X and Twitter Space. And then what he does is he takes the Twitter Space conversations and he just uploads it to YouTube. Well, there was a situation where a Charlie Kirk fan got tired of Tariq Nasheed talking trash about Charlie Kirk. He came in Tariq Nasheed's Twitter Space, and this is what happened.
Kinds of race about him, so let's do this. This man was the next president when he would have been turning 35.
There's a process you have to take to become a president, and just being a debater is not one of them, bro. You can't just be, Donald Trump kind of, maybe, I know you gotta be 35, but you gotta be some type of political, bro. He's not a real politician, bro, is what I'm saying, bro. They talk about he was the next president. Charlie plan. Y'all, so I figured out what the agenda is. I think I know what the agenda is. And I support the agenda. But the truth is, Charlie Plant had to take the shot. He had to take the bullet for the agenda. The agenda is Trump is trying to do away with all this Optimus Prime and this Bumblebee stuff. He's trying to do away with it. Look at the usual suspects. Within the last, Trump almost got took out, right? Assassinated. That had nothing to do with the rainbows. Fast forward, you get the school shooting, right? That's a rainbow. Fast forward, you get Charlie Kirk. That's a rainbow. Fast forward, to after Charlie Kirk at his memorial, at his candlelight, it's a rainbow there, talking crazy. And who's the usual suspect? They white.
Man was beloved by millions. He brought to the campuses all around our country.
Charlie Kirk's dad is the literal architect for Trump Towers, bro. Since before he was born, this life was given to him, bro.
Reason?
So the point that the first guy is trying to make here is Charlie Kirk was spitting logic. He would be the next president of the United States. Now, let me just say this. Charlie Kirk was 31. He needs to be 35.
What's the other requirements?
Is becoming
it's got to be more than you're just 35. But then thinking about Trump, was Trump ever a politician? What's the I really don't like Google no more these days. I got ChatGPT everything, and I could do this. What's the requirements to become a president? To become the United States president, you have to be a natural born citizen, at least 35, lived in the United States for 14 years. Oh, wow, that's it. So what's stopping me from becoming the president? Yeah, I'm just not 35, you know what I'm saying? So there literally is no requirements, but just be born here and be of age. Wow. There's no education, military, political background is not constitutionally required. So what is all this left wing, right wing bull, Democrat, Republican? So anybody can be. That's how y'all know it's a matrix, bro. Simple. Cause how is nobody? Why is every president with one of them sides, bro? Why ain't nobody just on their own out here thugging? What the fuck? I done clicked off the video, bro. You can't be serious. Now we about to get hit with an ad.
Looking to get up to $750?
And lost the spot in the video. That's tragic.
What about the 1 in 20?
Tragic.
Would have been turning 35. This man was beloved by millions.
So he
brought to the campuses all around our country. Reason?
So the point that the first guy is trying to make here is Charlie Kirk was spitting logic. He would be the next president of the United States. Now, let me just say this. Charlie Kirk was 31. He needs to be 35. And if the country is becoming more conservative, and at a point, I do believe it is, it could make sense that Charlie Kirk could become a real threat to secure the presidency. And he would be an extreme version of Donald Trump, right? Because openly, he's already talked about black on black crime. So he would get almost none of the black vote, right? He doesn't know how to come toward the middle like Donald Trump does. And that's really interesting in politics. Donald Trump understands how to lean to the black base when he needs to. He knows how to lean towards the whites, right? He knows how to lean toward the liberals. That's why Donald Trump is an off.
Well, you can't say some of the things Charlie says. Donald Trump can't do that. He knows he can't do that.
Office. Charlie Kirk would have a much harder time doing that. And if he were to become president, it would mean almost instant death for a lot of things in Black America. So if he did become president, it's telling you one thing, that the country indeed is becoming more racist. But then the guy goes from the Charlie Kirk situation to addressing Tariq Nasheed over basically black on black crime.
What about the 1 in 22 blacks that are murdered? What about that? That's what I heard.
What about the one
Nigga said 1 in 22.
who with your boy Charlie Kirk? What about him?
Right, that's the topic of
What
discussion
about him?
here.
What about him?
How come you ain't out there trying to find him? You up here worrying about some mythological black people.
Oh, I've posted his photograph. They finally got a nice, clear. See, this is how ignorant you are.
Well, no, you the suspects have to deflect onto black people to
What about the
deflect
1
from
in
your own
22? That's not the topic.
dysfunction. Your boy just got his brains blown out by your fellow white man.
That's how.
You're up here whining about black people because you don't want to deal with your own.
Yeah, you just got to keep.
You don't want to deal with your own damn dysfunction. You have a dysfunctional white community.
You will not allow me to debate you. All you do is keep.
No, you're not going to talk over me. You're not going to talk over me with your John. You're not going to talk over me. You're going to listen. You don't run nothing in here.
Because there ain't nothing.
About all that, mother, you're not tough, sir. I don't give a damn how many Charles Bronson movies you watch. You're not going to do nothing. Stop all that, Tom. You're not tough. Sit your somewhere and drink some Geritol or something. You're not.
Yeah, you can make you can talk all that good shit in LA. I've been to every.
I am, and I'll talk it out there. What you gonna do if I come out there to Minnesota and they love me in Minnesota? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Tom? Tell me what you gonna do to me.
What you gonna do, Tom?
You're not muted, Tom.
You've had me muted the whole time, you coward.
Okay, so Tom.
Okay, here, my mic's finally open. You want an answer? Listen to it. I'll give you my address. Come out here to Minnesota, and then you come within 3 feet of me, and then start talking about how Charlie Kirk was all about the only thing that guy ever did was go after blacks. All he ever did was tell the truth. He said the night before he was 1 in 22 blacks in this country are convicted of homicide. Are you convicted of homicide yet, Tariq?
No, I'm.
Are you one of the 21? Are you one of the other 20? Or have you just not been caught yet?
Now again,
Have you just not been caught yet? And here goes a white person who takes no accountability for history. Dude, do you not understand why black people, even if that's true, 1 in 22, this is no excuse, but I understand it. It's no excuse, but I understand why. Something you don't. The reason why the hood is the hood, just said this in another video, made a clip of it. The reason why the hood is the hood is because the reason why the stereotype of black people is the stereotype of black people is because you enslaved the people, stripped them of their resources, and gave them nothing afterwards. Said they was freed men. They come out here to Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? They come out here to Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Build their own communities. Y'all come across, y'all trespass, go on the other side of the train tracks. Should have stayed on your side, nigga. You trespass and destroyed the whole fucking Black Wall Street. That's after we're freedmen and before desegregation. Make it make sense. Where's the accountability? There is none. 1 in 22. You made us this way, motherfucker.
this is interesting. I want to talk about this because the man is talking about 1 out of every 22 black people have been to jail for murder. Okay?
You don't like it, fix what you fucked up, nigga. That's how I feel about it. Fix what you fucked up. Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. I was at, this gonna be a long video. It is what it is at this point. I gotta tell this story time because this shit just happened, I think, Monday. Monday I go to work, regular route, bro. This is no bullshit, bro. I'm working. Y'all know I work at Amazon. I drive the van. I do deliveries, bro. Okay? So Monday I'm working. I'm downtown Tulsa, bro. I'm on Greenwood Avenue. I'm at this is probably my 60th stop of the day. I went 60 straight through. I ain't take no breaks. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. I ain't take no little break or nothing. I just went because I was trying to get past downtown, get that knocked out because I had a big route that day. Had a heavy route. Right? So I get downtown, pull up on Greenwood, park the van back into a spot. Soon as I open up the van, so I'm going to this apartment building. I'm downtown, right? Greenwood Avenue, right on the corner of Greenwood and Archer, I believe. I'm going into this apartment building right across from the museum. But as soon as I open up the van door, it's a white lady asking me, man, my granddad calling me right now. Man, I'm in the middle. Oh, boy. I can't not answer this, y'all. Alright, so look, as I was saying, soon as I open up the van, this white lady get to asking me, have you already been to this building? I said no. So to me that was a stupid ass question. So I kind of gave a attitude when I said no. I simply said no though. You know what I'm saying? I gave her I said no as in I just opened up the door because I don't like when people, as soon as I open up the door, you're sitting right there ready to ask me some stupid ass question. It happens damn near every day. Somebody just asking me some stupid shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what it was. So she walked off and said some slick shit. She was like, well, oh, he has a shitty ass attitude. So mind you, the first, all she asked me was, have I already been to this building? I said no. Kind of like, cause if I would have already been here, why am I here now? You see me with all this shit. I just opened up the door. I got this backpack full of packages and shit. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's like a stupid ass question. You know what I'm saying? So she walked off and said, oh, he has a shitty ass attitude. She's not even asking me why she's even asking me if I've even been there. She's not telling me why, what's the reason you even asked me that? So she just walked off and said, oh, he has a shitty ass attitude. And she was with her man, right? She was with her man, a big African. The nigga was 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? African nigga. You know what I'm saying? On my mama. She was with that nigga. That nigga wasn't really saying nothing though. She was running her mouth. And this is why y'all females, y'all women, y'all need to stop running y'all mouth, especially towards another man when you're with your man and he ain't doing nothing. This is not the first time this happened to me on the clock, neither. A shorty want to crash out and her man ain't saying nothing. This the shit you got to deal with? She running this shit? You putting up with that nigga? Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? So look, she walked off, says, I said, huh? I said, what? And I can't remember too much of what was being said back and forth. And I'm still standing in the van at this point. I'm still standing in the van. So her man walk up to me and say, can you answer the question? I look at him. I said no. And he was like, oh. And then he walked back as like he gon', walk back, kind of back her. So I finally get out the van, right? Mind you, this has got my head fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't even grab all the packages. I had to go back and get one. So look, anyways, I finally get out the van, shut the door. We're still talking and bullshitting. At this point, she pulls out her phone and she get to talking about Tulsa and she don't like Tulsa, it's ghetto here, this, that, and the third. Mind you, this is a white lady. She pulls out her phone and I said, oh, hey, you want to go viral? We can go viral, whatever. I said, oh, you're trying to go viral, huh? After she pulled out her phone, cause I'm gonna get to talking my shit, bro. Right? And so basically we just get to talking shit and we're sitting on Black Wall Street. This lady is saying Tulsa ghetto, I don't like it here. I said, bitch, why is you here? You don't like Tulsa, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? You don't like Tulsa, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up saying stupid ass bitch. Then this nigga was ready to crash out and lose his life. I swear to God, bro. The nigga said, I ain't no bitch. The nigga started walking up on me, bro. I'm like, hey, bro, nigga, you better watch out. I'm on the clock right now. Nigga, don't play with me. The niggas come out the building, start talking about, we on Black Wall Street. We ain't doing none of that. And mind you, they going to the same building I'm going to. And so she ended up in the mix of that, right? Her pulling out her phone and stuff. She ended up saying, oh, it was an Amazon drive. I had a package and she said I had a package and it was stolen. And the picture, the Amazon driver foot was in the picture type shit. And so I was like, oh, so you're trying to say I stole your shit. I just pulled up and this bitch is basically claiming I stole her fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said, oh, I'm supposed to make the package read. What do you want me to do? That's not my problem. That's not my issue. I can't do what you want me to make the package reappear. You know what I'm saying? I said that on camera. He was like, her man was like, say that again. Say what you said. Say that shit. So they was like trying to make the shit go viral or something. He was like, say what you said again to the camera or whatever. I was like, say what? Oh, you want me to make the package reappear? They need to drop that video because on God, it's funny. And then after it, like he ended up walking up on me talking about but mind you, bro, talking about I ain't no bitch and this, that, and third. Mind you, we're on Black Wall Street. This woman, this is a white lady and an African man. And she talking about, oh, we don't like Tulsa. It's ghetto. I said, why the fuck are you here? Get the fuck out. And I'm saying that to say the accountability, man. What was the point I was making? I remember the point. It's valid. It's valid.
Every 20
side. Are you convicted of homicide yet, Tariq?
No, I'm.
Or are you one of the 21? Are you one of the other 20? Or have you just not been caught yet?
Now again, this is
Where's the accountability? This bitch talking. You're on Black Wall Street talking about it's ghetto here. You don't like Tulsa. Get the fuck out. I didn't do shit. You the one came and caused the scene, ho.
interesting. I want to talk about this because the man is talking about 1 out of every 22 black people have been to jail for murder. Okay? Are in prison for murder. Or commit murders. I looked for that statistic.
It's ghetto. You just made it ghetto.
Everywhere. And I just don't see it. And here's something that I've noticed. People on the left, but people on the right, when they want to talk about black people and kind of dehumanize the black experience, here is a opportunity to say, well, almost 5% of your community commits murders. And by the way, even if we can't prove it, you do it anyway because, I mean, you just haven't been caught yet.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Which is stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
wild.
just saying like 5% of black Americans are murderers, and we're like, what, 40 million people? So that means like 2 million of us would be in jail for murder. I don't even think you have that many African Americans incarcerated. And if they are incarcerated, there are many different things.
I GPT. Let's see if it's still in here. Do black people commit majority of the crimes? And it said no. Let's see. Do black people commit and are convicted? Well, we know convicted. Do black people commit majority of crimes? No, black people do not commit majority of crimes in the United States. Here's the breakdown. Most crimes in the United States are committed by white people. In terms of raw numbers, simply because white people make up the largest portion, about 59%, but they be saying that 13% or whatever. About 69% of all arrests were of white individuals. About 26% of all arrests were of black individuals. So while black people are disproportionately represented in arrest data compared to their share of the U.S. population, 13%, they do not make up the majority of offenders overall. It's also important to note, arrest statistics are not the same as actual crime commission. They could be influenced by factors like policing practices, socioeconomic conditions, and systemic bias. Different crime categories vary. For example, white individuals are arrested more for drug possession overall, while black individuals may be disproportionately represented in certain categories like robbery. Bottom line, black people do not commit most crimes in the U.S., but they are overrepresented in some categories relative to their population size. Now, that might be true there, you know. Are black people arrested more than whites per capita? Yes, black people are arrested at higher rates more than white people in the U.S. Here's why. Black population share. Black Americans is 13%, white Americans is 59%. Black individuals is 26% of all arrests, white individuals is 69%. A black person is, on average, about 2 to 2.5 times more likely to be arrested than a white person per capita. What does that really mean, though? Like, if they're under investigation of a crime type shit, or just for being black or white. But it's important to note, arrest equal guilt. Arrest rates can be affected by policing practices, neighborhood patrol patterns, socioeconomic conditions. This isn't what it told me the first time I had asked that question, though. That's not what it told me.
Things that they could be incarcerated for, and that would never be murder, right? And that's just something that doesn't make any sense. But continuously, you basically always hear this is what they're saying, this is what they're talking about. And to me, I think not only is it lame, stop the show. No. It is lame. Okay, we're gonna be honest. It's lame. And so you have these people that come out and they put these stats up, and then other whites want to believe that, oh yeah, so it's true, right? And so this is how misinformation comes out about black people. Now, if you go and say the real stats about who's killing people, at these school shootings, who's going to churches and doing all this, and you start talking about whites, okay, now they'll start to differentiate.
Right.
Not all whites are like that. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. And then another point is this. Tariq Nasheed responds to him early on. Well, who killed Charlie Kirk? Okay? Now let me just say this. There is a saying in the black community. It's very popular. When white people sniffle, black people get the flu. Okay? What that means is white people's problems become black people's suffering. So if the economy is bad for whites, it's equally as bad for blacks. We suffer harder because we have less resources and we're often gatekept. But white people's problems don't affect other white people's problems as much as they do blacks. So blacks are not, in other words, a threat to whites, but other whites are a threat to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you start talking about white on white crime, then who is to blame for that? Because Charlie Kirk was killed by somebody in Utah. The governor already said in Utah that he was praying to God it wasn't somebody from his state, because again, nothing like that could ever happen in the state. And then Tariq Nasheed is trying to say, well, listen, who killed Charlie Kirk? We might be a danger to ourselves, and sometimes we might be a danger to you, okay? Or vice versa. And when you look at who tried to kill Donald Trump, the president, that wasn't black people. Who tried to kill Charlie Kirk? That wasn't black people. Charlie Kirk and some of these other conservatives are stepping into serious ground, getting into this geopolitical stuff. And you can take it for how you want. Number one, geopoliticals have enemies, right? You have people who are for Israel. And people, if you talk down on Israel, they're disgruntled. You have people who are for Palestine. And if you talk down on Palestine, you're disgruntled. Then you have people on the far right, and then they're disgruntled. Then you have people on the left or the far left, or people that support LGBTQ rights or Black Lives Matter rights and stuff. They're also disgruntled. So when you're getting into the political conversations, and when you start talking about, rich NGOs, rich businesses, countries, politicians, you're not talking about black people at that point. You're talking about somebody completely different, okay? You're talking about something that we can't affect. And so when you can't deal with your own problems or deal with your adversary problems on the geopolitical level or within the white community, then you come back to black on black crime because you don't want to admit that you have these problems in your community and you guys are down bad. Then it continues, all right? Now, if you will see at this part, unfortunately, the guy starts to, it starts to get crazy in the conversation.
Let's go man to man. Toe to toe.
What am I going to do with an elderly white man? What are you talking about? What do you do?
You and me. You talk a lot. Come on out here and face.
And do what? Okay. And do what? What am I going to do with an elderly white man?
What do you want to do with an elderly white man? You want to f me?
Okay, you got breaking fantasies. Okay. Well, sir, it's your old Geopolitical bussy wide open. That's you. You all mad that you have some displaced
No,
anger?
because you're a...
Sir, are you at the bathrooms out there in Minnesota doing glory hole? What are you doing out there, sir? You're the one sounding real funny.
You real...
Sir, it's them wrinkled pasty cakes of yours that's shaking at the out there with a bunch of dudes. That's you, sir.
So here's this guy, saying, do you want to F me? Do you want to sleep with me? What do you want to do? First of all, that is so down bad. Do you want to come and clap my cheeks? But you're trying to invite him out to fight you over an opinion. And now you're talking about Charlie Kirk.
Right. That tells you everything you need to know.
For an opinion. But you want Tariq Nasheed to come out to Minnesota and basically fight over an opinion. But when he was talking down on blacks and saying disrespectful thing to blacks, oh, well, see, he just giving his opinion, right? But now Tariq Nasheed is just giving his opinion, and now this guy is out here ready to fight. And I find that very interesting. He's giving Charlie Kirk. See, white people can give their opinions about blacks, okay? And usually blacks can give their opinions about whites too. But now in the context of when they have the control and they have the authority to get you fired, now all of a sudden your speech ain't free no more. That's the difference, right? Your speech ain't free no more when they control everything. There's no parity in that. And so that's the play that they're pulling right now. You don't have no free speech. Only they can have free speech, right? And I'm going to tell you what these conservatives are doing. Once liberals take power ever again, and it's going to happen because the way the regime is running right now, I don't know, you're going to get a Democratic president next time. These conservatives are going to be out of their mind, all right? If you're a conservative, you're going to have to move to Alabama, Utah, Idaho. Yeah, because these guys are going to make them pay a serious price, okay? That's just the reality of it all, okay? And so now these guys are out here, in my honest opinion, down bad as hell. And you guys are out here, in my honest opinion, down bad. And, you're all in your feelings wanting to fight black people, but you wanted us to take the opinions because when Charlie Kirk was saying it to blacks, it's true. Now blacks are pushing back and all of a sudden, let's fight. But y'all would say we ghetto for that, all right? So you blacks are emotional. You blacks are emotional. That's the problem with you guys. You're violent. You're violent. Okay, but this guy can call into Tariq's show and threaten to fight him or do whatever else to him, come to Minnesota and basically get murked. But he's not violent, right? It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Come within 3 feet of me
to the point where
and see what happens.
What about the
just angry. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the name.
This shit is in me, it ain't on me, you can't scrub it off. I've been riding by my lonely on that paper walk. And watch who you call your homies, cause they bound to talk. Yeah, I've been focused on my chicken.